Good morning, shitties.
Yo, 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 yo.
How's everyone doing today?
Sup?
What's up, Rhonda? Rhonda from Toledo. We're happy for you to come hang out with us today. And Sandra.
Hello, Sandra. Hello, Rhonda.
What's going on? Happy to have everyone here with us today. It's a good day.
It is. It is a good day.
Good morning, everyone. And for those of you on Instagram, at some point when that cuts out, you can come join us wherever you like, Facebook or YouTube or not Instagram.
Morning sunshine.
Not yet. Soon. Soon we'll be doing that. What's up, Laura? How are you this morning?
Good morning.
So, by the way, the good news has been that Hunter is back home. Hunter and Scott. And I think Scott opened up his store. The nano tank again.
Can't wait to go get me a tank, Scotty, too.
And so I think Scott in the morning is, I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it yet, but I'm sure he's busy reopening the store and spending time with Hunter and stuff. So, but hopefully at some point we'll have him back in the superfan mix. Just in case anyone cares, because there were a few people that were asking for it. There's actually a second round of merch that came out, and it's not in the link things, which I'm just going to shut that off. I'm going to let, oops, that's not it. I'm going to let superfan Heather do her job. Let me turn that off. Yeah, maybe they're not on. Good. Hey, Heather Marie. Good morning. Good morning, Jen. So there is a second round of merch, which is like tank tops and a zippered hoodie and socks. And by the way, and masks. Did you see that we have masks now?
We got masks to cover our face?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see those.
You didn't see them yet? They're funny. So we have masks now too, and somebody already bought some masks.
For real?
Like within 5 minutes of me putting it up, somebody went and bought some masks.
Nice. Cush room mask.
And I know you thought it was kind of silly. Do you remember when I was designing sneakers?
Oh shit!
I showed a picture of it
on some
partially
chucks,
done.
it might be nice though. On some chucks.
I hear you.
If somebody make me some chucks with the design on it, I'd definitely wear them.
That'd be cool.
Other than that,
We appreciate all of you watching, and for our share squad, don't worry about hammering on too many of the groups. Maybe even just share it to your personal page. That'll probably be good. Today, on today's show, we have Nurse Cheryl. Nurse Cheryl with Rehabulous, with Nurse Cheryl, and she's coming on with Tonya San because they were supposed to come on last week, but Cheryl wasn't feeling well. And so they're going to come on today, and they're going to talk.
yeah.
And then we're going to have Jodi Chapin on with Green Nurse on the Grow with Nate Andrade from Between the Rows.
Nate can tell y'all.
Oh yeah, you were working on the farm yesterday.
Nobody know. I'm certified though.
Certified
I'm a farmer. I don't know what y'all talking about. These hands. It's been in the soil, digging deep. I got proof. Look at, you see that? It's called a blister. Yeah, it's called a blister. Look at, here's the crazy part about it. It healed and then got reopened. So that's when you know you're a farmer. You get the blister and then it heals a little bit and then bam. As soon as you right back out there, it reopens. So hey, guess what? I got a blister all the way into the end of the year. Because this is not finna heal no time soon. Not in the area that it's in when your hands keep stretching and closing and stretching. Cause you know, I be holding the shovel and the rake and yo, now these hoes, let me tell you about the hoes. I like using the hoe, but that hoe definitely be making these blisters open up. She is tough. She's a tough hoe.
Laura Lee, we're glad you're out of Facebook jail. Tonya, we're so excited for Tonya to be on.
Oh, and I'm the weed whacking master, by the way. Weed whacker of the decade. You can ask Avril, she'll tell you. She's chopping down forces with the weed whacker.
So, and one thing, by the way, especially when like Tonya and Cheryl are on and Jodi and Nate are on, we can tell, even though it doesn't show on your side, we can tell like when you're mashing all the heart buttons and stuff. So make sure that when your favorites are on talking about stuff that you like, that you let them know. Because even when they watch back later, they can see all the hearts and stuff come up and who does it. So make sure you let them know. Let's do a contest. Every day we do a contest where we give something away to all of our loyal viewers. We really appreciate you guys. So let's do it, because today's a big day. Today's exciting. And by the way, we're going to have Tonya on every Monday. I need to add her to the crawl on the bottom. You know what else is exciting? Pearson is going to be coming on every Thursday.
Ooh,
interviewing vets.
Y'all see the comment? Hey, y'all better like that comment. Actually, you better love that comment.
Appreciate that.
You better love. Nate says certified. Like, love the comment. Pin it.
Pin it.
Pin it. Y'all see it.
Pin it and love it. Pin it and
like the comment. I can't do it. My hands. Look it. Like and love the comment. Y'all seen it. Nate said I'm certified. If Nate say I'm certified, I'm definitely certified.
Vanessa, I haven't gotten to you yet. Vanessa, you're on the crawl.
I ain't seen somebody work so hard, harder than Nate. So.
What's up, Mary Palmer? And what's up, Vanessa? And Don. Just as a reminder for any of you,
certified.
We've got merch.
You gotta celebrate.
That people seem to like, so you should. Heather Marie Brown will be his. So we also have
Super Bowl
Vanessa.
Champ, certified farmer. I don't know, ladies. You can't get no resume better than that.
That's true.
A lot of chocolate.
It's good morning, April. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to good morning, Sarah. To see when you're out in the farm, and you get some beeps. But I think there's also a bunch of people that are like in a predominantly white community, are like,
who's this black guy?
No, like, oh my God, like there's a big black dude working on the farm. And everyone, I so want to get Eric just in overalls and like a straw hat, no socks on, no shoes, working out on the farm, just for like 20 minutes, and then get people's reactions as they're driving by. Like have them out in the front, weed whacking or something. Mary Palmer, we appreciate you, dude. DJ Stenny.
Good morning, Sarah.
All right, let's start the contest, because in a couple minutes, well, 15 or so, we're gonna bring on Tonya. But I want to start the contest now, and then I want to get through some stuff too. Talk about a couple things.
Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. Mask no longer available. Go for it, Eric. What master no longer says the master no longer available?
Oh, no. So when it says the masks are no longer available, it's because you have to log in. Because the masks with our logo, it's sort of considered PG-13. So by default, it doesn't show. So when you click on it, I know, and I might just have to change it to G, to rated G.
So that means if you don't see it, you're too young to get it. Sorry.
Means if you don't see it, just click the log in. Because as soon as you log in, then you're cool. I guess. That's what I was told. I know it's weird. I'm sorry. But that's how it works. And it's just to make sure, I guess, that kids aren't buying their own masks. Silly. But they're totally available. Don't believe the hype. Alright, so today's contest. Did you have a vitamin, by the way?
Vitamins.
These vitamins are from Hempt, from Ralph Greenberg over at Hempt.
I need some candy.
Oh, by the way, there might be things in here that you might like that aren't. Do you like Nutter Butters? No.
I'm good with the nutties.
Do you like Nutter Butters? No.
Good with
Do you
the
like Nutter
nutties.
Butters? No. Do you like Nutter Butters? No. Oh, chocolate chip cookies? No. Mini chip Ritz Bits, cheese. What do you think about that? I know it's not really candy. Those are good, actually. I enjoyed some of those.
Oh, April said it too.
What'd she say?
She
Oh,
said
100% certified.
100% certified. Look, I'm telling you, y'all can't.
All right, we got to pin that comment, and then we have to love that one so everyone else can love it.
Y'all
too.
don't even understand. I'll be out there.
What's up, Craig? Oh, Jessica, just the straw cowboy hat, or is the overalls without a shirt too much for Eric on the farm? All right, contest. I can't believe I just put something in my mouth when I'm trying to talk. Contest today. We're gonna give away. Oh, I know what we're gonna give away. Do we still have the empty container? Oh no. We're gonna give away. Oh, you're eating that one. Do you know where the other container went? Did we chuck it?
What you do with it?
The one with all the gummies.
I won't touch it.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're gonna give away some Hempt CBD gummies. They're the full spectrum cube ones. It's 750.
They're dice.
Yeah, they're like dice. They're shaped like dice. They're really good. And 750 milligrams in the whole container. I'm sure it's wildly expensive. And if you win, then I thought that I shut that thing off, but I guess I did.
Jesus Christ, trying to find the main video's a bitch. I'm sorry, Jen. Did you find us?
So, Jen, do you think that we should just go to one place then from now on? I don't mind doing that.
Good morning, Rayanne.
Yeah, everyone, if you're tap on your video screen right now, if you look in the upper left-hand corner, if it says just Disrupt Boston, that's the main place. If it says something else, you're just watching it in a different place. We can see, Eric and I can see all of your chats, but not everyone can see everyone's chats. But everyone's chats do show up on the
Jen said yes, period.
screen.
I just want to talk a little bit more about this farm thing, though.
Yeah, go for it.
So, y'all know I do this show for 2 hours, right? Unpaid, sometimes unsponsored.
Mostly unsponsored. Almost always.
And guess what? I go straight to the farm after this and get it in. So I'm just letting y'all know. Yesterday, I did some work and I came back and I still was able to wake up this morning hurt and pain. But I'm still showing up for the show.
So, by the way, a lot of people that are, I shouldn't say a lot, but there's always going to be a lot of people coming on to watch Tonya. But Tonya's entire crew is in the comments right now. So they're all here to see Tonya. But so 3 times a week, really 4 times, but Tonya 3 times a week has a show that's like a bunch of folks joining in on a Zoom, and they talk about a bunch of cool stuff. And it's all to benefit Walk for Change.
No shirt required for Farm and Air, 100%.
Oh, and by the way, can somebody? It's like, isn't it like it's Walk for Change dot something? It's not dot what I think it is. Can somebody put it in the comments, please? Walk the number 4 change dot.
They said, "What did I do for work? Describe it." I guess this is my test, my live on camera test. See if I remember. But who doesn't remember hard work?
So all of Tanya's awesome ladies
Yes.
are in the comments, and we love them. Some of them watch the show every day.
Yesterday I did.
.us. Thank you.
First I started off with what I do. We made plant beds. We made plant beds, and I had to use the rake, and I had to rake. First, I have to create the lines that you guys see on plant beds. We create the lines because we want the water. If the water gets too high, we want the water to fall in those lines. Also, we need a place to walk, but we want the water to fall in those lines so it can drain, so it doesn't flood the plants. So we use the hoe. This is where the hoe comes in. She's unpaid. She comes in and we just push her, and she creates these straight lines for us. And then I come through with the rake, and I rake the lines over the bed to make the lines deeper, but then also make the bed bigger. And then we spread the bed out, make it look all nice, like a neat bed for the plants. And so I did that. I did 2 beds, and I was dying. Like, the shit was hard. I was in pain. All of this is hurting right here. All of this.
Yeah, you did a lot of hard work in a short amount of time. You like went at it, and you.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't understand. I come after the show to do this. I don't understand.
So today's prize is a big container with dice-shaped, really tasty, full spectrum CBD gummies, 750 milligrams in the package. It's hemped, which is Ralph Greenberg out of North Shore.
How you doing,
it's a
man?
town that begins with an A, I always forget, but it's hemped.
I can't answer.
Hemped.
Somebody's trying to ask me to come on live.
And so let's figure out what today's contest is. And so, person on Instagram, if you actually come over to watch the main show, you can enter the contest too and win the CBD gummies. Anyone can. That's the beauty of it. So, excuse me. What should we do for people to win today's contest? 5-second rule.
My favorite candy.
Ever? Your favorite candy ever?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone in the audience, and you got to tell Heather Marie Brown.
It wasn't for a short time, Nate.
You got to tell Heather Marie Brown.
Nate, it was like, so yesterday I worked at the farm for like 5 hours. It's crazy. Crazy long. Started at 1, was done at like 5:20-ish. Then, we went to go get something to eat, and on the way home, that's what happened.
All right, so Eric's about to tell superfan Heather Marie Brown, what his favorite candy is. If you want to win today's prize, which is the gummies, the dice-shaped gummies, they're awesome. They're gone. We ate them. We totally ate them. But you'll get your own fresh pack.
You ate them.
You ate them.
I had the first one, which was supposed to get eaten.
The second one ended up...
The second one I ain't eat.
I know, the second one ended up being a prize. It got given away.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, let's say that. Don't we trying to say like weed? You
Oh
know?
no, I just meant I didn't.
Put no weed
I
in
had a couple.
this.
They were good. They were good.
Yeah, more than a couple. You must
And
have
it
had a
and it has
whole
like they
thing.
tell you should only eat like 4 a day. It's really awesome. Okay, so if you want to win today, you have to guess Eric's favorite candy, and you can have unlimited guesses, and you can guess as many times as you want. And Heather Marie Brown's going to be watching out to see who the first person is that picks it. But we're going to announce it in a little while, so
And you got to be specific.
You got to stick around. We might not make you wait. I don't know if we should make people wait until the end of the show. Should we make people wait?
Specific.
Like, so in other words, if you guess, you should at least, if you have to leave, come check back in. So it's usually like 11:45 or so. You should check back in. That's usually when we're ending the show. Around then, we're wrapping up. And so if you guess now, who knows? Check back in. Maybe you're the winner. Because if you're not here when you win, it goes to somebody else.
Johnny Two Socks, we see you. God
Johnny
damn.
Two Socks. Is he here?
God damn, he mad. He said, I said, hey, what's up, damn it.
Hey, Johnny Two Socks. We miss you, dude. Glad to see you. It's our favorite private investigator.
Hey, I'm
Johnny Two Socks. You are our. I'll go on a limb and speak for Eric too. You are our favorite private investigator. From parts unknown.
I need you to do some private investigating for me. I got some people I need to be found. I need to figure out where they at, what they doing, and when they gonna pay me. So I need you to send some anonymous letters. I need you to do your due diligence to this planet and serve these people that owe money. That helps the world go around. I didn't mean to say that out loud, you know. But yeah. That's what I'm saying. Hit me in the inbox, Johnny 2. That's what I need. I need to get this bread back. Some people that owe me some money, just know.
You just gotta find him. He just needs to find him, right?
Y'all people just know I'm finna get some addresses and I'm finna do some slow drive-bys. And I'm gonna just roll the window down so all you can see is my eyes. And then I'm gonna roll them up slow and drive away slow. That's all I wanna do. Just make me feel like a boss, even if it's in a Toyota Corolla. It's just gonna make me feel good. Looks like Mike's tie matches Eric's shirt.
Today's tie is a Versace. I've been saving this one so that you guys would have some nice ties deep into it. This is one of my. This is in my top
Johnny
whatever.
Two Socks said he gonna strong arm them bitches. Oh yeah, y'all get ready. It's about to go down. People finna get some knocks at their doors.
We appreciate that you guys are liking and sharing the show. It's really, really awesome of you guys.
Hey, every time you guys hit the react button, it sends like a little tingle to me, and I can like feel it, and I know that you guys are loving us. So just keep hitting the reaction button for us. Makes us feel good.
Cheryl, can you turn your thing and then put it back?
Yeah, as usual.
There you go.
How is it now?
It's perfect.
Perfect now?
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
And we'll just wait a minute for.
No, it's nothing wrong with a Toyota
Tonya.
Corolla. It's just if you're gonna do a drive-by and you're trying to strong arm somebody, I'm not gonna take you serious if you roll up on me in a Corolla.
Maybe that's how you sneak up on somebody, though. Is in a
I'm
Corolla.
like, what? This is how you plan to scare me?
You're like, look at this mom car.
With
coming
40
at me.
miles a gallon, 40 miles to the gallon.
You're like, does that Corolla have a spoiler on the back?
I'm retired, but I could send you a couple bucks if you hurting. Hey, you right, I'm hurting. Somebody stuck a knife in me and broke it. Please send them dollars. It'll help with some medical bills. You can send them to my Cash App. I don't even know it, but hold on, I can look it up real quick if you need it. You know, yesterday I had to do some farming work. So my back is a little hurting. So now I gotta go to a chiropractor. Now I gotta pay for that continuously. You know. So it'd be nice, Johnny Two Socks, if you send me a little bit of that retirement.
Hey, Rick Naya. Thanks for watching. Yeah, we're just chilling out. As soon as Tonya's ready, Tonya, if you're watching, you can come on in. And
Send you some.
also make sure y'all are guessing candies, because chances are Eric probably came up with something that you're not thinking of. So make sure you're guessing all the candies that you can think of.
Look, all I'm gonna say is you gotta be specific.
And the reason why you should also
That's the hint.
That's the hint.
You gotta be specific.
You gotta be specific.
Like you gotta go look on the wrapper and type out exactly what it says on the wrapper, or it don't count. Don't be giving me like the little hood nicknames for it. You know, it gotta be exactly what it say on the wrapper. I'm just saying, if you look at some rappers, they don't say what they actually are in the bag. But if you look at the bag, you'll see exactly what it's called. But I'm giving y'all good hints right now. Yeah, I'm giving y'all great hints.
Hey, Cheryl, I'm going to restart the Zoom thing, okay? Because it's giving Tonya a little problem, okay? I'm going to send you a new...
Yeah, I'm having a little.
I'll send you a new link in a sec, okay?
Hey, if anybody put
Bye.
hey Don, you know I love the guesses, and I know you just guessing, but Payday, come on, whose favorite candy bar is a Payday? I'm sorry, Don, I just had to say that. And or anybody who put Three Musketeers, whose favorite candy bar is a nasty Three Musketeers? I don't even know how they still. Who's keeping them in business? It's got to be Halloween. It's got to be. Because there's a lot of these candy bars. I don't understand how they just surviving through all these harsh periods we having. Some of them is surviving through the 2008 recession. Now they surviving through the virus. It's like, how? Like, I love Three Musketeers. See, Lauren, I knew there was somebody here that was going to say that. Absolutely not, Lauren. Absolutely not. Three Musketeers is great. So you telling me when you be like, oh, I want something sweet. I need a candy bar. Let me hop in my car and waste gas and go to the store to only buy a Three Musketeers is what you saying. And then on top of that, paying taxes on the Three Musketeers, which I feel like is the worst investment you could possibly invest in. You can't even buy Three Musketeers in a gas station. I guarantee you go in a gas station, you won't find one. You probably will, because there's still people that buy them, that's why. I just have to go to the deli next door. Yeah, Vanessa, but you're not... When was the last time you had a Three Musketeers, Vanessa? When was the last time you woke up in the morning and said, I want a Three Musketeers? Absolutely never. Nobody does that. The only candy that I think that deserves to still be alive is Now Laters. Because Now Laters is absolutely delicious. With the little wrapper with the little piece of paper that always gets stuck on when you're trying to peel off even with that little sheet of paper, it's still good. Everybody know Now Laters is, those are fan favorites. Yo, it's Joey Pie. How come it comes up as Facebook user for my name? What's up, Joey Pie? I don't know why it comes up as Facebook.
So, Joey, if you
maybe you're not loyal enough.
No, it does, because he might be I think he's a moderator, actually. I made him a moderator of the group. So, Joey, if you go to the Disrupt America group and then you scroll down, go to any post, you'll see it says interacting as, or wherever you can change it
Sweet tarts.
Disrupt America, you can change it to you. What? And then come back to watch the show and then you're commenting
What
on
are
you
you
as
talking
you.
about? Sweethearts. Who goes to the store and buys sweethearts? Like, what? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Tonya and Cheryl, just give me just a minute because Zoom, of course.
Vanessa
it's
said I
always
stole a bag of minis from my office.
crapshoot.
So, like, Sunday.
And you came in reversed than what I guessed.
Exactly. That's why I said Halloween is the only thing keeping Three Musketeers and Tootsie Rolls and, you know, all of them things alive. It's just Halloween. Amanda said one night while home on leave from Iraq, I got fucked up. I walked into a gas station and bought one of every candy bar they had. I spent $189. That's why me no drink no more. Every candy bar. Hey, I bet you the gas station teller was like, "Are you sure?"
Right.
he was,
She's like, shut up.
I said, ring it up.
Don't talk back.
Actually, give me a bag. I can't carry this by hand.
And
If you
last but
make
not
me a
least-
Twitch mod, I'll be happy to ban myself. What are you talking about, Johnny Two Socks? Three Musketeers been around since 1932, and they're not going away. What you talking about, Robert? I had to sit here and think about that for a little bit. Them things is fading away, my brother. All it takes is one more pandemic, and them things is out the door. Bye bye. You know the Three Musketeers saying, one fall, what is it? One fall, all for one. It's finna be all for one, cause two, somebody finna run away with that.
I want a Three Musketeers now.
Somebody finna run away with that company. Like, yo, you need to file for bankruptcy. Y'all done. Somebody run. Most of them candy bars are owned by the same company anyway. But I don't know why they continue to make.
Feminist food. Yeah.
He thought it was,
So funny.
funny and asked me out.
So guys, thank you for being patient. I had to rearrange some stuff.
Rhonda said you
As
guys
we
need
were-
singers on your show. We rock.
Sure, can you sing?
Well-
We'll have you on.
No,
Can you sing?
seniors.
Oh, seniors. I thought you said singers.
Well, Rhonda,
Can you sing? As a senior, can you sing?
we appreciate your we appreciate
Tonya,
your,
do you know Rhonda Agard? Tonya?
Yeah.
Oh boy, Tanya's connection's a little spotty. Well, we're gonna.
Yeah. She's from Toledo.
All right, we're gonna. I don't know. Maybe we'll give it another. Tonya, are you back? Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you. It's a little.
Oh, I can't see her, but yeah, it's weird. The connection's weird today, isn't it? Like I'm having like sound delays and stuff too.
Excuse me, y'all.
How about now? Is that better?
You definitely sound better. I think the camera. Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hey, here I am.
Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, on Wednesdays, one of our favorite segments all week long is Rehabulous with Nurse Cheryl. And we're so lucky to have Cheryl Benedetti. She comes on every week and she has really cool conversations with really cool people having to do with medical stuff and rehabilitation. And it's really nice. And today, her special guest is Tonya-san. And so we're so excited to have both of them on. Cheryl, thank you as always for coming on the show. We know how busy you are. We know that you work so hard and you're a first responder. You're actually on the front lines and stuff. So we really appreciate you being able to take the time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us and really bring people some interesting conversations. And of course, Tonya-san. So, guys, thank you so much. Cheryl, take it away.
Good morning. Wait,
Good morning.
I can't see Tonya yet, Michael.
Oh, Tonya is there, so you can go ahead.
Okay.
I'm here.
Good morning, Tonya. How you doing? I'm
morning.
so excited to have you on. There she
Hey,
is.
Cheryl.
Hi.
Hey, Cheryl, how are you? You look beautiful. Thank you. I
So
just
do
want to
you.
thank you for, all your hard work, all your first, being on the front lines, doing all that for the PPEs, all that. I mean, thank you. That means a lot.
Thank you. And thank you for everything you do. I'm super, I have a fangirl crush on you, so I was so excited to have you on.
Girl, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. I am so appreciative of all the advocacy work that you do in education, and I refer tons of people to watch you and your story.
Thank you. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. That means a lot.
Yeah, I don't think I think we've only met in person once briefly. I think it was at NECAN with the green nurses for 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was only for 5 seconds. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So when I come back, we'll have to get together again.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. I love your background. That is so cool.
It's a hot mess. It's like I got deer heads and I got a Christmas tree and I got a beach. It's kind of just a big mess, but that's kind of how I am, just a big mess all the time. So
well, it's cool. It blends together awesome. I love it. So it's way more interesting than what I got going on behind me.
Yeah, it's a hot mess. Look up here. I got dry herbs hanging above my head on drying racks.
I love it.
It's just a hot mess down here, but
it's your space, right?
It's my space. That's right. Exactly.
So I worked night shift last night, so my brain's a little bit like scrambled eggs, but
oh yeah.
And I know from your nursing days, what that's like. So I was gonna come on with a ton of questions and everything for you, and then this morning, and I'm like, ugh, you know what? We're just gonna have a good chat. So
that's right. We'll just conversate.
Yeah. I know you shared your story last week with everybody or actually, I think it was earlier this week. I've lost total track of the days, but I know that you shared your story recently. For those viewers of mine who haven't seen your story yet or heard what you've been through, Tonya is she's a survivor of a major chronic illness. She actually was placed on hospice and saved her own life by advocating for herself and utilizing cannabis, and actually came here to Massachusetts as a refugee to treat herself so she could save her life and get back to her family. So if there's anything, what would you like everyone to know about your story for my viewers who haven't met you yet?
For your viewers that haven't met me, I'm Tonya. I have advanced lupus. I'm 38 years old. 3 years ago, they sent me home to go to hospice, like Cheryl said. I was on 40 some medications a day, IM injections, IVs, chemos, IV antibiotics, fentanyl patches, Dilaudid around the clock every 2 to 3 hours. Basically, I was a vegetable. I was crawling to the bathroom on my hands and knees. My girls were taking care of me. My girls are young, they're only 17 and 13 now. So, I mean, I've been sick the whole time my one's been, born. So they helped me. And then, I'm a nurse. I'm an RN. I've been an RN for 19 years now. And I thought they knew best. I believed the doctors whenever I got my diagnosis. And I was like, I'm going to follow everything to the T. I'm going to take everything what they say. I'm not going to mess up anything. I took everything. I never abused not one thing a day in my life with medicine. And so I started the medication route, did that, one medication led to another medication, led to another medication, to another symptom, to another problem, to another, it was just a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago, I went into pain management, and they're like, Tonya, there's nothing else we can do. We've tried everything, time for hospice,
Oh my God.
So, yeah. So 2 years prior, I live in Ohio,
Yep.
which we just became a medical state in 2016, but the dispensaries and everything just got up and running this year or 2019. So, like I said, I had been researching it in the closet for like 2 years because in Ohio, it's the dare state, it's the devil's lettuce. You don't
Yep.
talk about it. You don't. So I kind of researched it in the closet heavy for 2 years. Heavy. Like that's all I researched. I didn't want anybody to know because, I was embarrassed. What were they going to think of me? Were they going to be my friend? Were they going to disown me? Was my family going to disown me? So 4 days into withdrawals, heavy withdrawals off 40 pharmaceuticals because I tore up all the prescriptions and I just stopped everything cold turkey like
My
a dumbass
God.
like I was.
That
But-
is hardcore. That is hard to do.
So
It's
I
not
went cold
fun.
turkey. Cold turkey.
My
Off
God.
fentanyl, Dilaudid, you name it. So I was withdrawing bad
Yeah.
for like 4 days. Seizures, couldn't wear clothes, digging
Yeah.
up my skin, felt like my skin was crawling. Exactly what you see on intervention, like heroin withdrawals.
Oh
That
yeah.
was me. That was
When
me.
I detox, like the air hurt my skin. It hurt. The air touching my skin even hurts. So like I can't imagine detoxing off all of that. That it's like hardcore, lady.
Suicidal, I was out in my
Yeah.
van in the middle of the night, just waiting for a semi, because it wasn't me, it was the pharmaceuticals, and I was coming off all that stuff.
Right.
So I started the withdrawal process. 4 days in, I was like, tears running down my face. I was getting ready to end it. I was done. I was done. I've been through this for years and years. I was just done. And I was like, you know what? DJ, call my friend. So my friend came up within 20 minutes. He knew what I was talking about.
Yep.
And so went out to my garage, took like 3 to 4 puffs. Oh my God.
Instant relief. Yeah.
Instant relief. Why wasn't I told about this sooner from the beginning? Why wasn't I given the choice, the option up front? It should be an option up front for patients. You should be able to choose pharmaceuticals, or if you want to choose the natural holistic way, not this bullshit of hiding the natural ways and the real ways that truly do work. It's saving my life. I went up to that porch and I was like, you guys, I feel like I could run. Tears flying down my face. I said, I feel like I did 15 years ago. I could run. Why wasn't this offered?
Yeah.
It's bullshit. I was pissed. I was pissed. So then ever since that day, here I am. And then I had my heart stuff this last year. I just had open heart on the 2nd or 3rd of January. Hell, I can't remember. Healing great. Got to have another one. But the cannabis is keeping me together.
Oh my God. I'm so glad. Like, and now you're helping other people, with your platform. For people who don't know, Tonya has a podcast. She has a show just like we do. She shares her story and she teaches everybody about all forms of cannabis medicine, all different uses. It's really, really good. And from a nursing standpoint, I love it because she goes through I am not good with growing. I am not good with cooking with cannabis, but like I'm learning from you. And
thanks, girl. Means a lot.
You're awesome. And
Thanks.
it's like another platform for nursing, this whole thing. And I love it as a nurse and an advocate, but also a recovering addict myself who was strung out on pharmaceuticals, antidepressants. Like anytime I would call my therapist and be like, with recovery stuff or depression and anxiety, they would just load on more pills. They made me worse. Excuse me, I would feel better for like a day or two and then have like this awful, and you know what it's like. So you just described it beautifully. Like they make us these little zombies. And that's not to say that all pharmaceuticals are bad. They all serve a purpose, but if you can use a less toxic, less addictive substance first, why wouldn't you do that? That's like going into the ER with a paper cut and having them come out and do major surgery on your finger right off the bat, rather than just washing it off with Neosporin on it. So I just don't understand why it's not the first option offered. a lot of times. And even in detox, I fight that too, because I see people, well, they place them right on methadone. They put them right on Suboxone. I'm like, dude, that's another thing to wean off of. And that's why I did the same as you. I'm like, no, no, I'm a nurse. I've done my own research. No, I'm standing up for myself. And so it's amazing. A lot of people, if you're one of those people that respond to the cannabis, which so many do, it is within like half an hour, sometimes minutes. And it does. It's like a miracle.
It is a miracle, isn't it? Like, people who don't get it, haven't used it, and they see us, they're thinking we're full of shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people think, oh, Tonya, she's so full of shit. You know what I mean? It's not helping her. It's her other medicine. No, I'm not on any. I'm on my heart medicine, but that's it. But everything else, the RSO, the oils, the tinctures, everything, getting it in your gut. You know what I mean? Your gut is your second brain. People don't understand that part about it either. You know, I've been smoking cannabis for years. I've been smoking it for years, and it's not helping this and that. And I'm like, you got to get it in your belly, people. You can smoke all day long if you want, but you got to get it in your gut. You know what I mean? They got to understand that part of it. So I try to do a lot of education with that. You know, in my rooms, gut health is very important. Diet's very important, especially when you're using cannabis. Hydration is very important. You know, just that kind of things. And in my room, I don't, I'm not professional. Like I can be very professional as a nurse. You know what I mean? As a nurse, I am very professional. But in my rooms, I want people to be able to be open and ask questions, things that they couldn't ask other people. You know what I mean? And I'm not afraid to show it. I show everybody my tubes and whenever I was in the hospital and my chest and, everything. Like, I'm not afraid to be open and honest. So that's why I love doing what I do down here, in my headquarters, because they can ask questions. How to use a bong? How to use a dab rig? How to put a banger in? You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to be that kind of nurse to show them also that, you know what I mean?
Because I absolutely know what you mean.
And that.
Yeah. Because most people in our lives, people may not understand as nurses, half our life is at work in the hospital or wherever clinically we work. And then the other half, the biggest part of our life as a nurse is not just a job, it's who we are. It's a part, our identity is all tied into that. And our friends seek us out at home. I can't even tell you, yesterday I spent I went to 3 different people's homes just to visit because they had medical questions, or I get people who video chat with me all the time. Like, hey, look at this. What do you think of this? What should I do for this? I do some of my best nursing when it's just me casually at home, shooting the shit with friends and making them feel better. And, that's the best part of nursing. So I think it's really cool that you approach it that way. Yeah. People listen more.
Best. This is the best nursing job I've ever had, believe it or not. I love, if I would have known about this 15 years ago, oh my God, where could I, you know what I mean? This is the best kind of nursing. And I tell everybody that you actually get to see people not suffer anymore. You get to see people come back, even if it's just for a little bit. You know what I mean? You bring them back to their families. That's, when you see somebody, I might cry, get crying, because it gets me when you see them take that first big breath of fresh air after they've been in a fog of pharmaceuticals, and they're finally getting their life back, and they're like, thank you. And that does it for me. That's it.
Yeah. You feel and you make it's a difference. You've improved the quality of someone's life without having.
You're not just drugging them and sending them out the door.
Yeah. And it's an affordable medication. It's not, for the most parts, when you compare it to major pharmaceuticals, for people if you don't live with chronic illness, people may not be aware. There are people out there who pay, oh my God, over $100,000 to $200,000 a year for their medications. I have a girlfriend going through it right now with ovarian cancer, and she also uses Rick Simpson oil and Fico. And she always is telling me, she's outlived her prognosis by 6 years now. And she's saying yeah. And she's not even a nurse, but she advocates for it now. And she tells me the cannabis medication is the most affordable for her. And she's been able to kind of like you wean off a bunch of stuff that was literally, her family was losing their home. They were going bankrupt, paying for her care. The overall quality of their life has gotten better. You too?
Yep. We declared bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Back whenever I first got sick, because we lost everything. I lost my nursing job. I tried to apply for disability. The disability took me like 2.5, 3 years to even get. We lost our cars, our boat, our 4-wheelers, our motorcycles. We were living a good life, before I got sick. And then bam, I woke up one morning with jaw pain. And then bam, here I am. All these years later, 12 years later, and been through all this shit.
Yeah.
Lost everything. It was patients that have it, rough. And that, like you said, it's affordable, but the prices still, like Ohio prices, they're horrible. Like
they're
patients
horrible.
Can't even afford to go to the dispensaries, and we can't grow, we can't smoke. Ohio needs to get its shit together because patients are suffering. Patients can't afford it, so they just stay on their pills. If insurance is going to pay for their medications and their pills, they'd rather stay on that.
Well, yeah. And I think I remember the dark days because, my medical practice, my husband at the time, we had Canacare. And I remember going in there with him as a nurse because he wanted me to learn and then to teach more patients because, quite frankly, in the hospital, the way we were, like he sees patients, I do teaching. That's just the way we always were. So I very quickly realized when it first became legal here, I was like, why aren't people able to grow this at home? Like, it just to me made no sense that not being able to grow at home. We fought hard for that here, and it's still, how many years later? What are we talking? 8 years later, we're still fighting to improve things. You should be able to grow your own medicine. Like, this is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous to treat patients like criminals. And I've seen it up here, and I know you guys. So you guys are you're behind us, and it's just
way behind. Like, if it's taking you guys 8 years to get where you guys are, and I think you guys are amazing in Massachusetts. Like when I come to Boston, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're like 15 years ahead of us up here. Like if you guys are if I think you guys are 15 years ahead of us, like Ohio's just like, oh my gosh, we're never gonna. It's horrible. Like they got to get it off Schedule 1. They got to have all patients' right to grow. We have to have that. Or at least be able to have a caregiver grow it for us, and so we can gift and they can grow. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It just blows my mind. It blows my mind.
It blows, I think, any nurse's mind or anybody's mind, but especially for nurses where our whole livelihood is, not making money off of patients, but care and comfort. And when we see that there's something out there that can help people, but our government is making it hard for them to get, that is just, it just takes the caregivers up here take me back to those dark days of nursing. When I first came out as a young nurse, and the old school nurses, the OG nurses were like, with our oncology patients, we're like, listen, we're going to teach you something, but don't you ever tell a soul I taught you this. I'm going to teach you how to make pot brownies. I mean, this is back in like 1999. I can remember being a young nursing student saying like, you're telling me to give people pot? And they're like, listen, this is a secret thing, but we've been doing this since the dark ages for our oncology patients to get them to eat and help with their pain. And so I have, from the moment I've become a nurse, it's just so aggravating to me that it's still challenging to get it to patients still. Although up here, I'm so happy to see the advancements, but we need more. We definitely, I don't think we're ever going to stop expanding what it is and perfecting it. But, I'm glad Ohio has people like you, because it's people like you up here who, paved the way for us. But it's a long battle. And it sucks sometimes.
It feels like it's going to be a long uphill battle. You know what I mean? So hopefully the Walk for Change, which I'm a part of, www.the4change.us. Everybody needs to be a part of that. It's a movement that's coming clear across the country, from West Coast to East Coast, and they're going to end up on the White House steps at election time. So hopefully this election 2020, they're going to end up at the White House. at election time. They're planning it just right to come across the country in different relays, and then they'll end up there, and then hopefully something will get done. Hopefully there's enough of us there that's going to make an impact. They're going to listen to us. They're going to, hear us. Finally,
Yep.
somebody listen, please.
And realize that we're not all potheads and stoners, that we are patients, we are caregivers, we are healthcare professionals. And that is so awesome. Yep. Well, if I can help, let me know, because I would love to.
All right.
I love to do that. Definitely. Make some noise. Definitely. When I asked you to come on, one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on is as a nurse, and you mentioned about how in Ohio, you guys are a little bit behind us and it's recently become legal and you guys are in the beginning phases. I know up here as a nurse, I have caught a tremendous amount of stigma and judgment from other nurses and other people in healthcare about advocating for cannabis and advocating for CBD. Have you encountered any of that? And how do you overcome it?
Not so much. At the beginning, I got a lot of slack, I guess. From more, it wasn't healthcare people. It was more family and friends.
Oh, okay.
So that stigma, you know what I mean? But then as they saw me get better and they saw me improve, and they're like, holy shit, Tonya, what are you doing? Then people started asking questions. And then my doctors wanted to know, what are you doing? How are you, So I tell everyone, I'm very forward with every doctor. All my cardiologists know, my cardiac surgeons know, my family doctor knows, the nurse practitioner. I go in and I educate every time I go into any office. Yep. Any office that I go visit, I'm educating on RSO, what I'm taking. They want to know how I healed my gut. So then I tell them, what that is. And then, it's just educating the right people. And then hopefully someone's going to catch on one day and ask you questions. I wear shirts all the time that have the cannabis on it. So people come up and ask me, and my headbands, my socks.
I love it.
I got a mask, I want people to come up and ask me. That's why I wear this stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know I have an N95 mask cover too. I love yours. That is really cool. I love it.
So I get a lot of stares, but then I do get people that come up and be like, what is that? And then I get to say, hey, it saved my life, and tell them a little bit about my story, maybe help someone in their life,
Yeah, I love it. I think it's awesome.
Thanks.
I approve.
Cheryl approved.
I approve. I think it's cool. Here I am. I'm in my jammies. I'm getting ready for bed.
Hey, you need to get into bed. You just work, girl.
Those fake days off. Usually I hate the fake days off, but today I'm all about, yes, I get to sleep today. And you
get to hit the bed.
Yeah. Hit the bed, hit the Netflix.
That's right.
You know what I'm watching? I'm watching Nurse Jackie, which is this. I'm why am I watching this of all the shows I could be watching?
God, girl. I just found a good show yesterday. It is something Magnolias, and it's on Netflix. You need to watch it. It's so good. So good.
Is it?
You'll love it.
I've seen it.
Yeah. It's something Magnolias.
I gotta check it out. Definitely, for real.
Definitely. I watched the whole season yesterday. The whole season I binge watched yesterday. Yep. It was so good.
The best way to watch is binge watch, is just my personal suggestion. That's a healthy addiction. Yeah. So you guys are all well, you're healthy, you're staying, you're managing the stress in your house with quarantine, okay?
Yeah, we're trying. The girls are going crazy. They're bored. They've been getting a little bit more freedom with their friends. You know what I mean? A little tiny bit. The ones that they've been around this whole time, you know, that live on our street. Yep. But other than that, I'm going batshit crazy. I can tell you that. I'm bored, and I don't want to go into stores. Stuff's opening up here in Ohio, but I'm like, that's all right. I'll wait.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because in nursing school, we know We know where germs come from, how they spread. Did you see the thing on CNN the other day? It was not just on CNN. It was on a bunch of news stations about the
Oh, God.
restaurant,
What?
the germ experiment in the restaurant. Don't watch it.
No, tell me. Oh my gosh.
It will make the nurse and you just like want to vomit. It was an ER doctor who took, that glow stuff, and he wanted to show how one patient or one person who's been exposed to the virus, how that can wreak havoc in an indoor dining setting. And I couldn't even watch it the full 5 minutes. By the end, I was like, turn this off. We're not going to restaurants ever again. I was like, I was all freaked out.
Yeah, not unless we're sitting outside, like at a patio or something. No indoor restaurants for a while,
I think outdoors is the safest. And like, I know for you with chronic illness, you got to be careful. And I have tons of patients who have chronic illness, on top of this virus going around, and I am constantly freaked out for them. I'm like, they're like, we can get our hair
the
done
other
this
night.
week. No.
Oh God. Yeah, the other night on one of my Zoom room, I think it was Sunday or Friday, I can't remember. Like I went totally over hand washing. Be the easiest thing for people to understand.
Yeah.
But honestly, when I go into like bathrooms and I'm like, how you go into the bathroom after you're standing there and the guy's thinking, you call that a wash? So the other night I like broke everything down.
Yep.
We went over how to wash, how to get in between, how to get under the nails. I mean, you would think it was common sense, but people quit touching your face, quit touching your nose, quit coughing everywhere, coughing your arm. Just basic things that people need to do to protect themselves. Just common sense, people. Common sense.
Yes. Yeah, it is. But it's
crazy.
also like we've been taught how to properly wash our hands in school, which I thought that class was kind of insane, in our clinical. But honestly, we had to learn that. And it's like a surgical scrub. There's like a whole little technique to it. And I watch other people out in public, and I don't judge. But I also go, oh dear God, we're going to be going through this till the end of time. My pet peeve is when people wear the masks the wrong way, and you
like
see
this?
them with the cell phone to the mask. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm wearing this mask the right way. I saw some guy wearing one yesterday like this in the car or in the store. I'm like, what is that doing? Nothing.
Yeah.
I had to go to the grocery store, and he was wearing it clear down here.
Yep. And you have to fight that nurse part of yourself that wants to go up to them and like fix it. And you have to say, I'm not a nurse in here. Just coming here for groceries.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sir.
Yeah.
Can
this goes
up here?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And stop touching it.
So I know. Leave it alone. Quit messing with it. Just leave it there.
Oh God. Yeah, this whole thing has brought out the anxiety in all of us. And that's where we were the other night. My girlfriend, she was beyond herself. And massive panic attacks. I had it too. Like it got me to the point of working this and what you're seeing. And then when you're on the inside of that COVID bubble and you're in that hospital and you're looking up at the news and they're saying how everything's improving and they're reopening things. And we're like, it is? What? Like, no, this is still going on. What the heck is happening? Why are you opening gyms? Like,
you know what I think honestly needs to happen? People think that this virus, just like you said, oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Blah, blah, blah. It's whatever. People need to see these people on ventilators.
Oh, yeah.
Like not their faces. They need to see these people struggling to breathe. Yep. We've seen it. We know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've seen people on ventilators and just barely hanging on, breathing 100 times a minute. Trying just to, they need to see it. People don't think it's real because they don't have to see that harsh reality.
Yeah.
That's not happening to them.
If you've been through it, believe me, you don't want to. I've been through that in my past. I've been majorly ill. You've been through it. You go through one major illness. That's why most chronically ill patients are not understanding people's attitudes towards this. And I'm seeing a bunch of anxiety in them. And, all the bullying behavior I'm seeing back and forth with people online, I think is mostly just anxiety, lack of understanding, frustration. But yeah, my girlfriend the other night, we were leaving work and we went to the store to pick up something, and she was with me, and she melted down because she saw there were like people there saying, this is nothing, this is stupid, and it's not that she's taking it personally. It's just that she's like, oh my God, this is never going to end. We're going to have another crisis with patients. I introduced her to some medical cannabis that night. This was like,
Good.
I said, either you're going to go home and get a Xanax, which is going to be awful for you, or you can do this and be okay. But that's what we're encountering. That huge anxiety. And I think it's just fueling all of this and being cooped up inside. I have never seen, I don't know, I want to take a break from online personally for a little bit because I just see so much anger and hatred, and I'm seeing adults do crazy bullying stuff to each other, like way too much free time. Yeah.
It needs to stop. Like, we're in this together. We all want the same common goal. Like, why bicker? Why fight? You know what I mean? It's just, it's crazy to me. I know a lot of it's greed and power and things like that, but we're in it for one thing, the medicine, to get it to the patients, to us. Put your fighting and fussing, guys. Let's work together. Think how good we could do if we all work together as one. Think how much we could move. Think of the world, what we could do in this world if we work together.
Yeah. And just learn from each other. Like the things that other people, like when they're locked in these debates online or bashing each other online and trolling each other. Like, I see this even in cannabis groups. It's pointless and it's counterproductive, but also it's just people not understanding, like, you can all have a different point of view, or you might not know what someone else is going through in their own life that might be fueling how they react. But in my experience, like, on the nursing side, nurses, we all try to stick together. Nursing used to be very cliquey, and there's this thing in nursing, like, don't eat your young. Like, nurses don't eat your young, because nurses it was like a hazing ritual. Do you remember that, when you came on the floor as a new grad and the older nurses kind of wanted to put you through your paces? That's
they did.
Yeah. It's a rite of passage for most nurses. And now we're trying to do away with that. But I think because we've all been through that in the cannabis field, at least we try to make peace with each other. So, like, I work with one group, the green nurses work with another. We've got you. We all can connect though, and have and Nurse Nikki too. We have Nurse Nikki up here, the cannabis nurse navigator. We all try to demonstrate that we can work together, even though we are attached to different companies and different things. We can have some harmony and have different points of view and go on.
And we just want the patients to have the best medicine you know what I mean? We just want our patients to be okay. Basically, that's the bottom line. Just make them feel better. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't care if you buy, I mean, I care, but I don't care if you don't buy CBD through me and you're more comfortable going to the green nurses. As long as you're doing CBD, as long as I've gotten you some education, that's great. Like, that's my whole purpose. It would be nice if you buy from me, but I don't take that personal at all. My whole goal, and your whole goal, and Sherry and Jodi's whole goal, is to get everybody just educated and aware. So, and that's why I tell people, if you have questions about, like, this virus or cannabis or whatever, ask a nurse. Any nurse
reach
you
out.
know.
Well,
reach out.
Guys, thank you so much for such an awesome conversation today. Yeah, I pop back in. You can't see me, but we're here. We really, really appreciate you guys coming on. There were a lot of people were watching, and so we appreciate it. We appreciate you guys bringing, like, important conversations to us. And Cheryl, thank you so much every week for
thanks, Tonya.
And Cheryl, we know how busy your schedule is, and we really appreciate that you take the time out to come and join us and have awesome conversations with people like Tonya.
Oh,
go get some rest, girl.
Yeah,
go get
too.
some sleep.
I will.
I will.
I'm gonna check that series out on Netflix. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Yeah,
I love you.
You'll love it. I promise.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye, girl.
Bye,
Bye, Dube. Bye, Eric. Love you
Bye,
guys.
Eric. Bye, Mike.
Bye.
Bye, Tonya.
Bye, Sarah.
All right. Cheryl and Tonya. They're awesome. We love them. Super cool. And up next, we're going to have Jodi Chapin with Green Earth on the Grow. And she's going to come on with Nate Andrade. And this is kind of another fan favorite by people.
Heather Marie, you can't be giving out hints. That's not, I give the hints. That's not how this works. How you gonna give a hint?
What's up, Nate Dog?
Yo, Nate Diggity. You gotta do our farmer dap. They don't even know it though. You gotta keep it on the low. Feel like I'm in a gang now. Farmer gang.
The Farmer Gang. Just as a reminder, everyone, the contest today is for CBD dice-shaped gummies. They're really good. They're full spectrum. They're 750 milligrams. It's from Hempt. This isn't them, but this is the brand. Actually, I got a bag down here. This is the brand. Hempt. So make sure you go follow them. It's awesome gummies. You have to guess Eric's favorite candy. Put it in the comments. And by the way, it doesn't matter that people are already guessing, because if for some reason they're not here at the end of the show when we pick the winner, you may have guessed it. So keep guessing Eric's favorite candies. Let's see if just waiting on the Jodester. But it's no big deal because Avril did her thing. She made sure that Nate could get on. And so we'll just give it a little bit of time. We'll wait for Jode.
What we doing today, Nate Diggity? What we doing today? What we getting down? What we playing down today?
Probably playing some collards, some kale.
Collards and kale.
That sounds good.
I'm hyped.
Hey, Jodi.
Hey, let me turn this down right a second.
Oh, hey, Joe.
Hey.
Where you been? You been MIA. No
What do you
cookies.
mean I've been MIA? I've been around.
No cookies. No, I ain't had no cookies in a while.
No, I have many hats to wear, many shoes to
I ain't
fill.
fell asleep without my permission yet. I just been falling asleep with my permission.
Well, I was waiting for the adoption to go through. I thought you were supposed to adopt me.
Oh, no, we already decided that wasn't happening once I figured out the rules.
Yeah,
The
you
rules.
bagged out.
Yeah, when they say
All right.
adopt the nurse, they mean you take care of the nurse, not the nurse take care of you. I ain't agree to that.
Right?
I was hoping the other way around.
Yeah,
That's why you always got to read the fine print before you agree to something.
Exactly.
Before we start, special thanks to Cheryl Benedetti and to Tonya for coming on. It's always awesome to have those guys on.
Good to see ya.
This is another one of our favorite segments every week. This is Green Earth on the Grow with Jodi Chapin, and her regular resident guest has been Nate Andrade, who is master grower from Between the Rows. And so we're super psyched. For those of you that might not know, twice a week, Jodi comes on, shows us her home grow. She has plants in different varying levels and stages of growth. And we're following this grow, or the grows. And Nate comes on and checks it out, gives her advice, and makes sure that everything is looking good. So for all of you at home who have been considering maybe doing your own home grow, this can be valuable, especially because Jodi's got some plants in different stages. So it's not just you know, you don't have to worry about that. You're not at the exact place that she is. So, with that said, without further ado, we're so happy to have Jodi Chapin with Green Nurse on the Grow with her guest Nate Andrade. And guys, take it away.
Awesome. Well, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, Nate. I am so glad to have you back on. As you know, you have been amazing and a huge part of me being able to have a successful grow. You know, being a novice and having a couple of black thumbs, not being able to grow my own garden. It's been, you know, it's been a journey, but then, you know, once my favorite farmer came into my life, it's only been uphill from here, and I love coming into my grow room now.
Which favorite farmer? You talking about me or Nate?
Yeah.
I was kind of confused.
I have to see more of your work, Eric. You're just a new master.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. You want to make sure you be, you know, because it's two of us now. It's not just one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to see what you can produce first, Eric, before I start calling you my favorite farmer. But having Nate and Averill both in my back pocket, you know, great recommendations. I've had a lot of success. But what I did is I took, I can't remember if I did this with the last show, but I took the flowering girls out of the tent just for lighting purposes. It was easier to see them. And, you know, I know you can't smell it right now, but I am surrounded by amazing aroma. You know, I can actually detect 3 different smells from the 3 different strains. It's actually really, really cool. And then, you know, when I get up close to the flowering plants, it just, the resin gets on me, and then I can't stop smelling it for the rest of the day, which is quite nice. I can't see how anybody can say that they don't like the smell of cannabis, because it's amazing. So let me turn the camera around so everybody can take a gander at these girls. Okay. Whoop. Okay, so let's hope that the lighting is okay. I need to put my glasses on so I can actually see through my little teeny tiny camera here. So this is Hazy Bastards. And on Sunday, this is the strain that had won the contest for, actually, I can't remember who won the contest on Sunday, but it was, guess, who was it?
Go a little bit closer.
Oh, here, let me, sideways. Is that better? All right.
No, back up a little bit. Nice.
Does it look like this one is so stinky? It has, you know, like a dank, earthy. Oh, I don't know. I just can't stop inhaling around these plants. But I mean, they just keep on getting thicker and sparklier, and I'm noticing with this one that some of the white hairs are turning like an ambery color. I don't know if I'm getting close enough up. How's the lighting look on your end? Is it okay?
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, now, what is it about the little white hairs turning amber? Is that one of the indicative signs before harvesting?
One of them, but it won't be just one or two or a few of them. It will be like all, yeah. And your buds will actually start to swell up, the calyxes, because that's what it is, that sex pot that you're going to be looking for in your veg plants. Well, that swells up, and a bunch of them starts to swell up, and that's what makes the bud. So eventually, the bud will be more green than it will have white hairs. So that's going to
Oh, okay.
That's going to be coming up where you really see the swell, where you're seeing more like green than you're seeing white.
Okay, and the green will be in the actual. The green will be in the actual bud as opposed to the leaves.
No, I'm talking about the pistils, the hairs. There'll be more.
Oh, okay.
There'll be more bud than hairs. Like right now, you can see that you got a long ways to go. There's a lot of white hairs going on there. You know what I mean? Eventually, she'll get to a point where she's just more like you can see the bud like swelling up, and she'll get a much more frostier too.
Okay.
But you're gonna need a jeweler's loupe or something to really look at the trichomes, because that's really what I go by. I go by, what color they are.
Okay, and that's what's really like on the leaves there, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You got a ways to go.
Yeah, they still look pretty white and crystally on the leaves. So this one right here is my Hazy Bastards one. Okay, so now I'm gonna span over here to Matrix. This doesn't look as far along, like it doesn't have the ambery hairs to it, but there's lots of white. And this one actually seems as though there's more frost on the leaves than the Hazy Bastards. But each, I mean, they really seem to, oh my God, and this one smells so much different than the other one. It's so funny when you get up close. Holy shit, yeah. I mean, it's so funny because, back in my more naive days, which was only 4 years ago, I always thought that what people smoked was what we call the fan leaves. I thought it was, these leaves right here that was all dried up in the bag, when you purchase it, and that's what you were smoking. But indeed, it was not as I had thought. And I had never actually seen, a cannabis plant before. Even pictures. I don't know why, how I went through life without even seeing, a picture of, a female plant like this with these budding flowers, because I never knew this is what it looked like. And I'm sure there's probably some people out there that never knew that either. I mean, I can't imagine that I'm the only naive one out there that didn't realize that there was so much more to this plant. And I love the fact that every part of the plant can be used, because, I know we don't generally, we don't smoke that fan leaf or anything, but I mean, when I cut my fan leaves, I'll either make like cannabis chips, like kale chips, just olive oil and some salt and pepper, or I'll put it in my juicer and juice them, or I throw it in my salad, as part of my salad. And I mean, even the roots with my other plants, I've even kind of taken the dirt off the roots, and I've simmered the roots in coconut oil before. So, I mean, I love that you can use every part of the plant. So that's Matrix. And then on over to my last flowering. This is my Tonya OG that was almost left for dead. I almost threw this cutting away back in November. And I am so glad that when I opened my tent and found her just barely alive, that I gave her a chance, because this is actually my best smelling one. This one definitely has like a citrusy, I think it actually might be Agent Orange. I did have a strain back that I had tried cloning that was Agent Orange, and it was a really, really good strain. So I'm hoping that's what this one is, but since I couldn't be totally sure, I called it Tonya OG. And even though this one I put into flower about a week after the other two, I mean, it seems to be catching up quite nicely. I mean, these, you know, she's really seemed to be coming into her own. And I'm continuing with the water feed. That seems to be working right now. It's been a while since you've said that I needed to, you know, do any additional feeding. I don't know if that will be, if you'll guide me that way again with any of these.
You always go by following your leaves. You see how some of those leaves are yellow? That's like telling you, you know,
that it needs more.
Yeah, I would be feeding a little bit more.
Okay. And just this one right here, right? Just my Tonya OG.
Any of them that has yellowing on it at all at this point, like they shouldn't be yellowing off yet.
Okay.
Now when we get further down into flower and the buds are all swelling and you want her to finish, we want her to turn all yellow, where you're going to cut off the nutrients and you're just going to let her fade. But right now you want her to be very, very healthy and green.
Green and lush. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, just a little bit more. That's all.
Okay. Okay. I'll today is a day that I would normally feed, so I'll make sure that we give her a little extra serving. So yeah, so those are my 3 flowering ones that are still, you know, still going. So then before we actually go into the veg tent, 2 of my plants didn't actually fit in my veg tent, even with giving plants away. I've been giving cuttings and plants away. So this one was one that I had, I'm going to bring you way down here. So this was the one that I had topped, and I actually have, you know, one, what is it, the long stem that I had tapped down over there. So it actually has 4 different branches that are branching out. I'm going to actually pull it out a little bit, because I mean, it goes, I'm going to do an aerial view. I mean, it extends way past the cloth pot. So, I mean, right now I just have this outside of my veg tent underneath my LED lights that I had set up out here. Or not LED, what the hell lights are they? Yeah, actually, I think they're LED light bulbs. Just out in the room. They're not on a timer. I just have them on a 24-hour light cycle at this point. But I mean, I don't know if this is one that would be ready to throw in the flower tent soon, since I do have room for one more in there, or should I, you know, just kind of continue, because I actually have 2 this size that are outside of my veg tent, or if I should play around and maybe make them my outdoor plant and play around with an outdoor grow. What are your thoughts?
Have you sexed the plants yet? Those pictures I sent? Because that's going to dictate it a lot on what you're going to do. Is if it's a male, it's really useless, you know?
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that they're female.
Yeah, this one, I don't see any signs, you know, because I'm looking at the node, right? Like at the junction of the node. Isn't that where I'd be looking?
Yeah. Get closer. Oh, you got to get really close. Yeah, I would use like a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loop or something to really get in there and look at it. But yeah, that's your first thing. And what I do for that is I pretty much grade them in 3 categories. I put to the side whatever females I put to one side. Whatever ones I know for sure I put to another side that are males. And then I have the ones that are in the middle that not all of them are going to show you pre-flowers at the same time. So there may be some where they're just not developed enough yet that you have to kind of wait. But you'll have big plants there. They should all have all their sex.
Okay.
You should be able to identify it by now. You know?
Okay.
But that's what you got to do. You just got to go through them and make space and find the females. And
no, am I getting close enough there?
Yeah, I can't really tell.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see if I can find my I do have a jeweler's ring somewhere.
Yep, and I sent you them pictures that you can see them.
Okay. Okay, so my biggest thing before I even decide what I'm going to do with them is I need to sex them.
Correct.
Okay.
Not those ones. Those ones are fine.
No, I know not those. I was trying to bring you over to my other larger, the one that's kind of, and this had been one of the ones that was really leggy that I had actually already trimmed way back, and it's I don't know if you can see. But let's see if I can come in close.
Yeah, grab onto that bigger branch.
Let's see if I can get in. Am I getting in or no?
You were. You moved it.
I had been until I moved out of the light.
Now, is that a hair? I think that might be a hair.
Okay, and the hair is good because that means it's female, right? Is that what or are you talking
Correct,
about?
But
like
I can't really tell.
Oh, how about right this one? I don't know if you can tell that any better. Or not. Yeah, it's not as easy as like a human baby where you just spread the legs and, penis, it's a boy, a vagina, it's a girl. See this one? Can you see those? It looks like 2 little hairs or no? Or am I just seeing things?
Well, there's another part that's right next to it called the stipules. So, you got to make sure that when you look at it's not the stipules. It's going to be in between that in the branch.
Okay.
Like I said, you can do it with a jeweler's loop or something and get right in there. And if you see clusters, if you see more than one in that area, like that's a guarantee.
That's
almost
definitely
guaranteed
a boy.
Male.
Okay. All right, and then so those are my two plants that were a bit bulky that I brought out of the tent, and then I'll kind of zoom around. Oh, did I just go off? There we go. So I have an assortment in here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are hopefully ready to get my jeweler's thing and sex these. These are, this one, I don't know if you can see, but it almost looks like the little hairs now it looks almost blurry. Did I just make it too blurry?
I can't see it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to, I'll get out, and I think I might actually have like a microscope camera, like a thing to clip onto my phone to be able to take pictures.
Yep, you can do that way too.
Because
you can just take.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in real close to this one. I don't know if you can see it all. Yeah, I think with this light too, the light just makes it, yeah. But these are ones that I had really had cut down and you know, started doing some low stress. Oop. Uh-oh, what did I just do to that one? Okay, I think I manhandled that one a little too much just now. And then these right here, so these are the ones that I had planted, what does that say, April 7th, that I've topped just the once so far. And it looks like they're getting some growth right there. And there's 2 of those. And then, let's see, what do I have? This was one of the cuttings I took off of my Tonya OG before I put her into flower.
Nice. And that's a female.
And that's a female, yes. Right? Yeah, because we already know it's a female because it wasn't from seed. Right?
Yep,
Is
correct.
that why?
Yep, correct.
Okay. Okay, and then right here, that's another Tonya clone that was taken at a different time than the one right next to it. So that's why it's still under the hood. Although I'm going to take that off for now because it needs a few minutes in the elements. And then this is one of the newest ones that was seeded on May 6th. And it had been stretching a little bit. So I brought it into the veg tent and I brought it up closer to the lights, hoping that would keep it from stretching. So, yeah, so that's what we've got growing. You know, I think, and with this tent right here, my zipper broke. So it actually doesn't even close all the way. I'm hoping that doesn't affect it too much. I mean, the flaps of the door pretty much kind of stay closed. Kind of. But I think for the most part.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay. Yeah, so.
They're nice and green.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, it seems as though I haven't had any issues with these, and these are the ones that I started with you, where the other ones that are in flower, you know, by the time you got to me, those were already damaged. You know, but I think, you know, you had to do it right from the beginning. I'm having so far 100% success rate. I've actually given quite a few seedlings away just because I went beyond my limit, and because I wasn't expecting to be so successful. So, you know, I'm getting into the community. I'm getting family. I've been giving away these seedlings to family. So, so we're all gonna try our hand at growing, and none of them have ever grown cannabis before. They're all novices. So I said, well, come watch our show and learn to grow, you know? Because if I can do it, then anybody can do it. At least that's, I'm gonna flip back around. Okay. So far it's so good? Doing okay?
Yep, it's looking good.
Okay. So what do we have for, you know, for suggestions this week as far as I mean, I know the big thing right now is, really trying to get a hold of sexing the plants.
Yep.
And that's in all of the ones that are not the seedlings, but the vegetative ones, the ones that are showing those.
Yep. Unless it's a clone of something that you already know is a female, then
okay.
Like the other ones, those are female.
Okay.
And so like I said, I would just, once you get in there and you notice that one's a female, you put her to the side, and then you go and you do the next one, and you'll just keep doing that. If you know it's a male, you either get rid of it right at that moment, or you put it to the side and go to the next one. And then there's going to be some that you're just not going to know yet. It's going to be so small, and it can go either way. And then you give that one just a little bit more time.
Okay. Now, is there, like, say I still am unsure that it's to my eye is unidentifiable. Is there a way to, put it in the flower tent or do something to push it to show its sex a little sooner, or is it just you still have to wait for it to mature?
You can, or you could have just taken a clone a long time ago and flowered out the clone in the flower tent. You would just have to be careful with that if it turned into a male and just started shooting pollen everywhere, then, or you can do it in a separate area where you still give it 12-12, and it will, you're not going to get any buds off or anything, but it will give you a sign
of which way
if it's male or female.
Okay.
So then you're not taking care of it so long.
Yeah. Huh. Now, what do you generally do when you find a male plant? What do you do with your males? Do you just throw it away?
I cull them. I just cut them down.
Okay. That doesn't break your heart at all?
No, because I run a lot of regular seeds to do like pheno hunts and stuff, and I'm gonna find males, and I just, once I know that they're guaranteed male, I cut them out, and it frees up space too. And like right now, for me, I usually I sex my plants when they're in a 1 gallon pot. Like I don't advance them. I don't advance them into bigger containers, because now if it's a male and you have nothing to do with it and you cut it down, now you wasted a good amount of soil, where I leave them in the 1 gallons for a while until I know the sex for sure. And then it's going to go either way. And now I'm only wasting 1 gallon of soil, which you could use it again, but.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was my next question. Do you not reuse your soil from grow to grow?
No.
So what do you do with that soil? Just throw it
goes
outside your regular garden? Okay. All right. That's good to know, because I think I've actually used soil before.
You can. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just,
maybe that was part of my problem.
If you didn't amend the soil, like I could personally use that over again and amend it and use it. If there's bugs in there or something, you know what I mean? Like if you had a little bit of a problem that you didn't know, and then you're using the soil again, there could be, there's just things that I just like get rid of it and start over.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I never had amended my soil before, because I actually didn't know what that was until you told me. So.
Yep, and you have to feed them, just like that Beantown Greentown plant. If it went a long time, like they had, I think it's super soil too. They had it in the soil. They had it for a while. They watered it. It started to get depleted. And then you had it for a while and you didn't feed it. And what happened was it started to degrade more and more and more. So that's why it's key to know that, like, you have to feed your plants. You have to give them nutrients. Just watering them, they'll be fine for a little bit, but once they start getting big, they really need it. It's key to, like, growing a nice healthy plant. The nutrients is one of the top things. They need it. Not overdo it.
I guess just like humans too.
Need it. Yes, correct. You don't wait until somebody's really, really like weak and sick to say, okay, now take your vitamins. Like you should have been taking them all along. And it's pretty much the same thing. Not too much, just enough to, where it's beneficial.
Yeah, that makes total sense. That totally makes sense. So it's just remembering that and keeping that, stored in my memory and how often.
You have to feed them. And your leaves will tell you everything. If you have an issue, your leaves will tell you. Like my leaves are always nice and green. The second that they're not, I know that there's an issue. Either I let them go too long without watering them, or there's a pH problem, or they need to be fed. Your leaves will tell you everything, and they should be like standing up like angels, like wings. You know what I mean? If they're down and droopy, then that's telling you that like they're not that happy. So there's just little signs that your plant will tell you if you're really like paying attention to it.
Yeah. So if my pH was off, what kind of signs? Because I mean, so far I've dealt with a lot of yellowing leaves, which we know is nitrogen, right? Nitrogen depletion.
Yeah, you can have yellowing with brown spots and stuff like that.
Okay. I didn't know, like, as far as a pH, if my pH was off. I mean, I generally try to keep it like 6.5, 6.7, 6.7. Yeah. Generally speaking.
Yep. 6.5 is good.
Okay. All right. Awesome. And then as far as what kind of natural products will lower my pH? So when I'm out of my, my supply of pH down that I've gotten at a hydroponics store, I know you said that there's natural elements that I could add to my water to lower the pH.
No, we pretty much use for pHing, like April might have tricks and stuff, but for pHing we use hydroponic type, like
okay, so you do
stores. We use
okay, and then what about like for nutrient uptake? You know how I had been using that that one nasty smelling product that smelled like low tide, the was it fish shit? Like what other kind of natural, so like is there anything natural that you can add to the water as far as nutrient uptake to help with
there's fish emulsions and different products that you can use. You can do in veg, you can do foliar sprays with those products too. Just I wouldn't do it in flour.
Okay, foliar spray meaning you put in a spray bottle and actually spray the leaves?
Yeah, correct.
And make the leaves wet? That's like going against everything that I was taught, that you don't want to wet the leaves. Except when you're cloning.
I never said that. I've said
you
don't
didn't?
I said don't let your leaves touch the wet soil, because that's soil. Because then you'll get like, so that's why I always have you taking the leaves from the bottom so it doesn't touch the soil. It's not that they don't get wet, it's so then they're not touching the soil, because then that can cause like fungus and all kinds of.
I thought like if you're watering it, you weren't supposed to splash any of the water on the leaves because you get
that's fine.
Or anything like
that. That's fine.
Okay.
I think it was I wouldn't be wetting the leaves or the buds in flour,
Okay, yeah, I think that was where I had run into a problem when I had an outdoor grow a couple of years ago. I was having great luck in the beginning, veg stage, where they were just like overgrown on my deck, and then we got into the rainy season and I didn't realize what it would do to all of my plants, and then tragedy happened. They all got powdery mildew, and then it turned to mold, and then it was all
Nate and Jodi, somebody in the comments is asking if you use bone meal.
I don't have bone meal. What does bone meal do?
Yes. Bone meal, blood meal, calcium, all of it. It all goes in. It's all in there.
Okay. Bat guano? I've heard of using bat guano before. No bat shit?
Just nutrients and,
Okay.
That sounds bat guano crazy.
Yeah, and I'm already bat guano crazy enough, so we don't need to add any more.
Guys, we really appreciate you coming on. It's been really awesome. And I know there's definitely folks out there in the audience that are paying close attention every week or twice a week and taking notes. And it's looking really good, Jodi. We're really proud of you.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, I love having this opportunity, and oh my God, it's great. It's great, and I love sharing it with everyone. I mean, it's helping decrease the stigma. I mean, it's it's showing that you can grow your own plant medicine, and it. I mean, so far, especially with this pandemic, I'm educating my kids. I mean, my son helped me do some transplanting, and I mean, he's only 14, and he's he's really learning to respect the plant. I mean, it's it shouldn't be hidden. So it's now time to get that voice, get that education out, and everybody should grow. Everybody should overgrow and share. Right?
Awesome.
If there's anybody out there that's wondering what a male or female pot looks like on a cannabis plant, we'll post some pictures in the Disrupt America Facebook page, and you can check them out and see what they look like.
Yeah. That would be awesome. I mean, it would definitely help me. I have to figure out what I have here, right?
Right.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for this opportunity, and everybody that has joined us and follows us on this journey. It's an awesome journey to be on with you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jodi and Nate. With Green Nurse on the Grow, we really appreciate you guys coming on twice a week and hanging out with us and schooling us. We appreciate it.
And schooling ya, educating ya. Yeah, so everybody come back on Sunday and watch the progress.
Yes, every Wednesday and Sunday, like clockwork.
Every Wednesday and Sunday, just like clockwork.
We appreciate
it.
it.
Awesome.
We'll see you guys soon.
All right, thanks. Have an awesome day, guys.
That's awesome. So, I think I might have some exciting news. By the way. You want to know what it is? You're like, I don't care. Let's just move it along. Yeah. So, first of all, today was a really awesome show. Second of all, we have a winner. We totally have a winner. And can I tell you why I'm excited? Because it's a first-time viewer. A first-time viewer won the contest today.
First-time viewer? What?
First-time viewer, because she just found out about the show last night. She was watching my stupid live DJ thing. Amy Paulhouse. Amy, how do I pronounce your last name? Congratulations, Amy. Amy, are you here? I hope you're still here. You were here just a minute ago. Amy's first-time winner. First-time viewer, first-time winner. And this is only the second time in the history of the show that a first-time viewer won the prize. And the last time, it was because I rage awarded them the prize. I don't know if you remember that. I was like, heck with it. Dude, you won. And people were mad that I did that. Amy Paulus. Oh, okay. Well, I've never known. I've always been totally butchering it. Amy Paulus. Amy Paulus, you won.
Is not in your name.
See,
Amy Paul
she
is
said
not.
She's
here.
like Paul is. Paul is.
Amy
Paul
is. I don't know him. Sorry.
I always thought it was like some like cool German like Paul.
Woohoo! She says, "Woohoo! I won! Oh my god!"
Congratulations, Amy. And see, Amy, now you can tell everyone that they should come and watch the show because it's so easy for people to win. And we give away stuff every single day.
For people that don't know, this is clapping in silent, which I believe. I think it's like this. You like wave your hands. I think. I'm not sure.
It's one of those things. I've seen people do it before.
No, I had whatchamacallit. I took my sign language class in college. My teacher was sign language, and but she was my favorite teacher, and I got an A in the class. I took 2 years of sign language, and it was crazy. And I don't want to be mean or nothing or sound mean, but I cheated sometimes, and because she was deaf, she couldn't hear, so we would just act like we was putting our head down, but be talking. And I'm not trying to be mean, but hey, do what you gotta do. You gotta pass the class. She knew we was cheating though. She knew we wasn't finna pass. She knew our best way of passing was cheat. Yeah, shoot.
Okay, I want to
That
show
class
you.
was hard. I got an A in it though, but it was hard. We had to say stories in sign language. So I always be mad funny. That's all that mattered. If you was funny and your story was entertaining, she was gonna give you an A. If you was like energetic, she was gonna give you an A. But if you was like dull and like boring, she wasn't gonna give you no A. So all I used to do was just laugh while I was signing the whole time. Just imagine the people that's gonna wear that.
I'm showing Eric the masks, the Good Morning Shut-In masks.
Around this age, you guys rock. Peace out. So what was the candy?
It was sour gummy worms.
It was sour gummy worms.
Can I tell you something? I wasn't sure what you were going to say, and I thought it might have been Snicker Almond, even though that's not your favorite. But then I was really thinking about it. I was like, oh, you always get sour gummy worms.
Not even close. Snicker Almonds is good just when I have like a chocolate craving. Believe it or not, I don't like chocolate, but I do have chocolate craving.
Even though he has chocolate running through his veins.
Chocolate in my blood. Everybody know I'm sweet. Tastes just like candy.
And I know you don't like this hoodie.
So dance with me, it tastes just like candy.
But this is the hoodie. I know you like the front of it. You don't like the back, because I think the back has got... Oh, no, the back's blank.
That's tight.
Right? Isn't that cool? Pretty cool.
Yeah.
With the little tiny logo on the front.
I need one of them things.
And it's got
like
the light colored zipper with the white pull string.
Who's gonna buy me a shirt? Go on, put your money up. Just buy the shirt, send it to the address, and then I'll wear it courtesy of you all.
So,
Hey,
Laura Lee, what it was, Laura Lee, is
none of this chocolate.
You guys basically said it like
Go to the
at
store,
the
get your
exact
own
same
chocolate.
time, but the way that it rolled in the chat was that hers was like, at least from what I can see, hers had come in first. But
Hey, look at.
but I don't want I don't want Laura Lee to be mad though.
Don't be complaining about free stuff.
I don't want Laura Lee to be mad
Don't be complaining about.
because Laura Lee's an awesome fan too, and I want her to win.
Didn't she win?
She's won before, but
Yeah, she
but
won.
she
No
but
complaining.
no, but I mean, here's what I'll tell you is that it just goes to show you that the contest, much to
Hey,
Scott
Dean,
the superfan's
I
chagrin.
seen your comment. It said chocolate rock. Look at my brother. You can't have none of this chocolate.
Dean is a.
You get your own chocolate. You go to the store and you buy whatever flavor chocolates. You ain't getting none of this one. This one is for specific people. It's for a specific group of people.
Laura Lee, where do you live far away?
Laura
Laura
said,
Lee?
I still ain't got my jam. Well, did you send your address to April? It's the only way she wouldn't have sent it.
No, we'll make sure that you definitely get your jam. In fact, I'm going to do a little intro. So, Laura Lee, the way that it works, and I don't know if you had done it or not, but normally you would have contacted April, and she delivers them she sends them out like once a week. So I'm not sure when you won, but whenever you win, so Laura Lee, we're gonna make sure that you get something today too, and we're gonna make sure you get your jam. Don't you worry about that. It's not in lieu of your jam. So we got something for you. For sure. So hit me up, Laura Lee, and I'll, you're in Ohio. Okay. We'll definitely get you out something. Because we love you, Laura Lee. And it did sort of come in at the same time.
So dance with me, taste just like candy. Y'all know nothing about that song. It's all old school.
All right, cool. You, what do you think? You ready to? What are you thinking? What you think? What you think?
It's time to go. It's the end of the show. Oh. And I gotta hit the farm, cause I'm a farmer, and I gotta get these hands dirty. So, it's time to go. Oh, peace.
Good.
Hell no, Crusty Boogers wouldn't have answered, Nate.